maybe, just maybe, trading away Luka Doncic wasn't the craziest idea in the world. I think collectively, we can say that Nico Harrison took the absolute worst possible approach to dealing with that situation. However, moving off of Luka Doncic may potentially have set up the franchise for future success. Now, here's the issue, right? The issue was keeping it hush-hush and taking the first available deal instead of creating what would have undeniably been the biggest bidding war in NBA history and collecting an absolute treasure chest of arsenals at your disposal. But if we can look past that, and I know it's a hard thing to look past because it's undeniably the forefront of all conversations. If we can look past that, Luka Doncic is one of the worst defenders in the NBA. And you saw what happened last year in the NBA Finals, where they headhunted him religiously to the point where the Celtics coasted to one of the easiest NBA Finals victories, potentially of all time. And you look at what the Timberwolves are doing this series, the blow-by numbers are astounding. For those of you that want to look at the advanced analytics, I don't personally ever remember a player with worse blow-by numbers than Luka Doncic. And what I mean by that is the fact that the ball handler quite literally walks past him like he's not even there. And as soon as that happens and you enter the paint, you create an overload somewhere. And it's why teams are able to generate such high-level shot percentages against any team where Luka is kind of your point of attack defender. You just have to seek him out, you get the switch, and then you are able to attack the paint relentlessly. And you couple that with the Lakers situation where they have no rim protection on top of that, and you have a massive, massive problem on your hands. So I'm not going to go back and say that the trade was worth it, because I think that ultimately Rob Pelinka got an absolute steal in the grand scheme of things and in the long run, because now it set the Lakers up to build around Luka in the future and find the right pieces that will hopefully hide a lot of those defensive deficiencies in the way that they managed to do so in Dallas. But at the same time, the defense is so bad that if you told me Luka Doncic would never win an NBA ring, I don't think I'd blink twice at that. I really don't think I'd blink twice at that. So, yes, I'm willing to say that potentially Dallas did the right thing in getting off of Luka Doncic. However, there's no denying they went about it in the worst possible manner and didn't get back what they could have. Because if this happened again in the playoffs in Dallas and they were ousted because of the fact that teams were able to pick on him, his market value would have fallen drastically. And then in hindsight, you'd be saying, oh, well, if you can get someone like Anthony Davis and some first round picks, you're doing well for yourself. So it's one of those things where maybe, just maybe in hindsight, this trade won't be as frowned upon as it is today.